okay, whatever it takes. I want to, like, it's not going to be easy. Like, nothing is going to come easy. Like, I chose a career, I need to build it, right? I would say for anyone who's starting out, invest in yourself and stick to the basics.
Hola, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Reliable HVACR podcast. If you guys are listening on the audio version, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever, remember to leave a review. Help the show get out to more people. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to check out the live chat, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in wherever you listen to this. And if you guys support the Reliable HVACR channel, remember I'm also on HVAC Nights, available on YouTube and any podcast platform. The full episodes and then clips are uploaded to our Instagram and TikTok. It's a live show every Thursday with two other guys. I got Jake, Cooling with Kraus. I got Curtis, the HVAC guy, two other big YouTubers, and we just kick back and take questions from the live chat, have some fun, joke around, and actually talk about our work week experiences that we've had with tools and different job sites. It's a great time. If you want to go check that out, remember to check out HVAC Nights. And I also want to thank a couple of the sponsors that make this show possible, like Jobber, my favorite CRM. If you guys need to get organized, better manage your business, Jobber is a perfect app for that. It's on your phone, it's on your tablet, it's on your computer, anywhere you have internet access, and you can invoice, quote, do your maintenance agreements, schedule jobs, get this customer hub where you can interact with your customers, send out reminders. It does so much for your business to help you free up your time at the end of the day. So if you guys want a free trial and discount, you can go to getjobber.com/reliablehvacr. Then we have VETO Pro Pack. I cannot tell you how many bags that I went through before finding out about this company with these high quality bags. Ever since I switched over, my bags have lasted so much more. I love the variety and the different uses for these bags. I mean, you can get creative with it. So like I said, go check out VETOProPack.com. Go look for a bag for yourself. You won't regret it. So thanks again to our awesome sponsors. Thanks again to everybody watching, listening. We have good conversations with good people. That's the whole premise here. And I really enjoy what I do, having these people come on and tell their stories. I hope you guys are enjoying them as well. And thank you again for making this what it is. On this episode, we have El Capitan, CaptainHVAC. So Amin has been here for, I think he said 4 years. He's new to the trade, third year in the trade. And I've seen his work. You can find him on Instagram, TikTok. He's here in the live chats on YouTube. CaptainHVAC. Like I said, I'll link all his social media in the description. And go find him, follow him, check him out. He does a lot of good work for being in the trade, for a short amount of time. I love seeing, the new guys come in and kind of kill it and just, be better than what I was at 3 years. So, sky's the limit. If you put in the work, put in the time after work, and, try to be the best that you can be. And he's a good example of that. So now enjoy the episode. What is up, CaptainHVAC?
Hey, what's up, Adrian?
How are you, man? How's the work been?
Good, pretty busy. Started picking up in the beginning of May. We started getting busy.
You're California, right?
Yeah, I'm in California.
Is it well, obviously it's hot right now, right? Like everything's already in full effect, AC calls and everything.
Yeah, but we still didn't reach like the complete rush, like 100 degrees day, or like I'm sure in Texas that you got already, no? Because I heard on your last podcast on HVAC Nights, you had a couple change outs on the roof.
Yeah. I know California, it gets pretty hot. I know Arizona, Florida is pretty similar to here.
Yeah.
It's just the humidity and all that. But yeah, we've had like almost 100-degree weather since March. So
Hmm.
it's been pretty hectic this year. We're getting like backed up on calls, and I'm trying to finish, my service calls, and then we have all these installs and change outs that are like, not that we s- not I, like I hate doing them during the summer, right? It's like super hot. You don't want to deal with that kind of stuff um in the summer, but it's like a lot of equipment just kind of just quit, and it's like, yeah,
Exactly. Change outs come like out of
out
nowhere.
of everywhere, dude, out of
Yeah.
thin air.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have a bunch of units right now that are quitting. It's a lot of the systems that they were like, can you get us another year out of this unit and this and that. Well, this is like the year for all of them to be changed out.
Yeah, I heard that you dealt last time with R12 unit.
That was a favor for a buddy of mine, and I went to go look at it, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" It was a R12 walk-in cooler, and I was like, "I don't know." Somewhat, and that always happens. We'll get into kind of the work stuff in a bit, but I like to repair things. I like to fix things. That's how I started, and that's how
Yeah,
we kind of got our reputation around here, right? Is like fixing things. We never really like to sell things, although over the years, it's like, you got to make sure you balance it.
of
So tell
course.
the customer this, we can fix it for this price, but also tell them, by the way, the coil is falling apart, or the fins are like, I've seen a bunch of the fins are just, you touch them and they fall off and all that.
Oh
Like
yeah,
at that point, yeah, like, you could replace it, get the warranty, and it's usually more cost effective that way. But yeah, I've always worked, or I used to work on a lot of old equipment, and getting it working and all that.
mhm,
So like I did want to work on it, but I also didn't want to touch it. Being R12, I think it was from the 90s or something like that.
yeah.
And actually, I meant to bring this up on nights too. Like, I feel kind of old now, right? I've been doing this 17 years. I've been through a couple of phase outs and all that,
No,
with
dude,
the equipment.
it's
No, but
never
like
old when you do this for a living.
no, but like 2000s doesn't sound old to me, right? I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah,
not that old. And then you think about it, you're like, oh, that is like 20 something years old already. Like, that's old.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
So I have to just remember that, like, oh, because somebody told me in one of my comments on YouTube, oh, that's a 410A system. That's a new system, this and that. And I'm like, you do realize we've had 410A since like the early 2000s. Like, that is old.
It
And
is.
now we're getting rid of it already.
Yeah, yeah. I got a lot of customers like that. Like, hey, can we get life out of it? Like, I bought it 15 years ago. Why it broke? This and that. But like, there's always a reason to bring up. Now, the company that I work for, it's very similar to like the way that you work. They try to fix it and give options always. Not like
Yeah.
it's very rare to find like companies like that anymore, especially like here in California. Like all the companies are about selling, and they just want to throw techs in the field and push them to sell. And not a lot of people are hiring for like based on hourly. A lot of people are hiring based on commission. That's why like in this situation you can't blame the tech anymore.
Oh, yeah. So like, and that's one of the issues I have, right? We run a small business, and I like it like that because we
Yeah,
can do what we want, right? And it doesn't get out of control. Like, we
yeah.
don't rely on selling, we don't rely on upselling or anything like that. I mean, if I wanted to, I could go in there and make a little extra money on different things that we pitch to the customer. But I'm
Mhm.
talking to like fast food chains. I'm talking to
Yeah.
like a lot of big corporate type um you know businesses. I'm not talking to a homeowner. I would feel bad if it's a homeowner.
Yeah, exactly.
um
Exactly. Especially with the inflation and all that right now.
yeah, and the equipment is not what it used to be. Honestly,
Exactly.
we put in a Dakin RTU. I've already been called out to it like 3 or 4 times, and it's broken wires, contactors shorted out.
Yeah.
I had one that the pin just blew off the compressor the other day,
Oh
so I went
wow.
to go get that compressor under warranty. But I was like, man, I just put this in like 2 years ago, and I already have all these issues.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of contactors on Carrier lately, like the 2019 and the 2018 contactors, capacitors, not only Carrier. A lot of manufacturers, like in general, they're like it's cheaply made now.
Yeah, and I actually had to talk to a Reed or what Rude Ream dealer here, or not a dealer,
Uh-huh.
but somebody that worked for them, because they came down to our insco, and I was like, been trying to find a coil for one of your units, and it's like a 2017 or something.
Uh-huh.
I was like, it's not that old. How come I can't get a coil? And he's like, no, I'll look into it, but it's hard even to get parts for
Yeah.
some of this stuff too, because I've had a lot of the micro channels. I have issues with micro channels where they
Leaking.
connect from copper to aluminum on the RTUs, and it's like I I can't even get the damn coil right.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have one that somebody already tried to repair, so at that point, I don't want to like mess with it. I'm just like, I'll get you a new coil, but I can't even find it. So
Yeah, better off touching it.
yeah, I told the customer, I was like, I'm sorry, it is what it is. If I could find the coil, I'll let you know, and we'll come in, and at that point, I'll fix it. But like the guy already like kind of chopped up, and he used some of that putty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen that AC seal. It's like a
Yeah.
putty you put on. I think it hardens and stuff.
Yeah.
This guy put a ton of it on there, and I was like, I don't even know how to get it off. I might have to grind it off or something. Like, I don't know. I might do more damage, trying to fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And in my situations, like, I posted that one, and people were like, "Oh, just fix it, dude. Like, it's whatever. Just fix it." I was like, in my line of work, I mean, I know it's like this for a lot of companies. Like, I need to get in and out. Like, if it's gonna take me like a day or two, just struggling with it, like, it's not worth it. And
Yeah.
the customer either. Like, if I were to really charge every hour there, removing all that crap that the guy put on, and then finally getting to do my own repair, like that's gonna be super expensive. Like, might as well get a new coil.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast is presented by Local. Local works tirelessly to help HVAC contractors rank higher on Google. They use an attack methodology to make sure that contractors dominate their local service areas and increase their market share and generate higher revenue. Reach out to Local at localhq.com/reliable. Mention me or the Reliable HVACR podcast, and you'll get 2 months of SEO for free. SPECTROLINE leak detection, the highest quality and brightest fluorescent leak detection products on the market. A2O compatible. Get the job done right with their 2-in-1 premium UV dye and powerful AC sealant Glow Seal. I've actually used it. You can extend the lifespan of your equipment, find and seal the smallest and hardest to find leaks. It works 24/7. Once it's in, it's always on. This product works when you're not there. The only focused leak detection company with success in many industries, because believe it or not, it's in most vehicles out on the road right now. So if you guys want to find out more, go to spectroline.com and let me know what your favorite leak detection method is.
Do you give a
Well,
lot of like gas and go options, or like do you consider it as an option when you're giving an estimate?
a gas and go, that might be, I don't know if it's more of a residential thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I've seen it a lot when I talk to guys that do residential. I do it as an option, and some of my customers even request for like the leak stop,
Yeah.
which I'm like, I tell them it's really a 50-50 thing
Mm-hmm.
if it's gonna do anything.
There's no guarantee.
Yeah, there's no guarantee. And most of the time it does not work, because you really got to look for that leak, right? Um,
Exactly. Exactly.
sorry. So the gas and go option, it's like if I get there and it's like a little bit low, where it's like a micro leak, like you can tell it's a micro leak, you just have to
Yeah.
top it off like a few ounces or like a pound.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be like, you know what, let's throw some refrigerant in here, get it up to where it needs to be, and then I'll do a leak check. And if my leak detector doesn't go off and I don't see any oil stains, and that's when I'm like, okay, we'll just, we'll see how it does. We'll let it run. Um, and I did start. I mean, I've had this on my truck forever. The SPECTROLINE kit.
Mm-hmm.
I've only used it a handful of times, and I used it a couple times recently because I have some really old equipment that, on a newer system, I'm not gonna put a leak dye in it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and find the
Yeah.
leak or try and replace the
Exactly.
coil,
For
anything
older
like that.
systems.
But if it's like a 20-year-old system and I don't see a leak and I can't find it, I'll throw the dye in there just to help it, because sometimes I've actually been surprised that thing has worked like 2 or 3 times for me where it actually stops the leak.
Yeah.
So, and
It,
if
it,
not, I can show the customer, hey, you see where it's glowing here in the coil,
yeah.
you
It's a
know.
good proof. It's a good proof. It happened with us at the company that I work for at a gym on a York unit. It was like 12.5 ton. And we did put the dye like 5 years ago, and it did hold for like 5 years. Then I
Yeah.
went over there a couple months ago, and this thing was like restricted and really low. And you can see like the leak right there on the condenser coil. And I told the gym owner like, "Hey, you really better off replace it because like there's too much going on right now."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, once it gets into like a bunch of a lot of, I've seen some where it's like a bunch of little leaks, right? You get a lot of leaks in the condenser and the evaporator, and then like it just, I'm like, the cost of repairing all this is just not worth it.
yeah.
But
Now I was a couple days ago. I went to a commercial. I don't do a lot of commercial. I do like a very light commercial. I was at a church servicing a church. They had a unit that is not running. I found it that was low on refrigerant. It was Ally, and
oh,
obviously,
I've seen those.
yeah. So the leak. Long story short, the leak was in the condenser coil. So
Oh, okay.
I gave them the option to like put in refrigerant or replace the condenser coil. Now, when we reached out to the Lennox, obviously, they told us the coil is gonna need like 3 months to arrive.
Yeah, that was the other brand that I had an issue with it was Ream and Lennox.
Yeah,
I could not get the coils.
yeah, yeah. So in that situation, that's why I brought up like gas and go. Uh,
Yeah, I did talk to the rep, for like when I told them I couldn't get a coil, they're like, and they're honest, they're like, if I'm being honest with you, like, yeah, our priority is selling units, right?
yeah,
So anything that they make is first going to go into their new systems, right? If there's systems that are being made, that's priority. And then
hmm,
they'll get into, the parts that you can buy. So
exactly.
he's like, if you put in a request for a coil, or if you need one, we got to get we got to get what we're getting out the door first, and then we're gonna get to your coil replacement. So I mean, that's just the way it is. And they told me they've been
Yeah,
struggling. They've been struggling with it since COVID, so it's still a thing.
yeah, yeah.
But those Allied ones, I saw a rooftop that had like 3 or 4 of them, and I noticed. I think the compressor was tripping a breaker. It went empty and
Hmm.
it started running dry, and it was tripping the
That's
breaker and all that.
that's the word.
Yeah, and then I went to go check, and this one was a heat pump, a
Hmm.
2-stage with heat pump. So you had the reversing valve there.
Hmm.
So they crammed all these lines into that little compartment where the compressors are, and
Hmm.
all the lines were touching. So I found a rub out right there on one of the suction lines, and I went to go look at the rest of them because I was the only one that they called me for. But I went to go look at all the other ones. I opened up all of them, the same exact thing. They're all touching, and they were about to rub out too. So
Yeah,
I had to go in there and bend them back and kind of bend them away from each other, so they wouldn't have like the same thing happen to all of them. And like it being a 2-stage compressor, for some reason, one compressor had safeties, and the one that rubbed out, no, there was no low pressure control or anything like that to cut it out. So I was like, damn, all right.
and that killed it, huh?
Yeah, it was just running dry. There was nothing to cut it out. So I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. And sometimes to find that stuff, like although it's like something small, it takes time. It takes out from your time.
Yeah, man. So let me back up a little bit.
Sure.
How long have you been in the trade, and how old are you?
So I'm 27 years old. I started in the trade 3 years ago. That's the third summer for me in the trade.
Oh,
Yeah, I actually moved to the U.S. 4 years ago
where
to
are you from
California,
originally?
Lebanon, from the Middle
So
East.
Wolf of HVAC, is that who? No, is he from there?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, I was like,
yeah,
I know I've had another one on.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. We're
and
well,
y'all work together, no? Or
yeah,
used to?
we used to work together. We're actually related in the family. Like,
Oh, no way.
yeah, his sister is married to my brother-in-law.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I moved here. Let me start off like this. I've never ever like imagined I would do HVAC in my life.
Did you know what HVAC was?
Now, being from the Middle East, we don't have central air conditioning or package units or all that.
Yeah.
Um, my family has a trade background. My father was a plumber, and my grandfather was a plumber too. Uh, After my grandfather retired, my father worked on growing the company. It's very close to what you're doing right now with your company and stuff, you know. He grew it up to like remodeling kitchens, and in the early 2000s, he he decided to grow it more and remodeling homes. So he started doing like all those projects. And when I was 13 years old, my father used to take me during summer vacation, like in the field, to throw me in the field with him. He used to
Was
take
that
me.
was that over there in Lebanon or here?
No, in Lebanon.
Oh, okay.
In Lebanon. Here, I've been here only for 4 years.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
I remember him like taking me to the job site, to new projects, walk into the bathroom, everything like is covered. He told me, okay, here is a hammer and here's a hammer drill. You got all day to demo this. I'll be back by the end of the day to pick you up. And at
Nice.
that and at that age, being 13 years old, like, man, why is he letting me do this? You know, like you're pissed. But now, like as an adult, if when I look back to it, like I appreciate it because he did know where to put like my energy at, right?
And
So
that's a good thing because it introduces you into the trades too, whether you do plumbing or construction or whether you do HVAC, anything that you do later on, like it's always good to be, handy or know how to use your
exactly,
tools and
exactly,
do stuff with your hands. That's always going to be helpful.
exactly. Now, when I moved over here, I didn't want to go through like a long school route or like spend money, especially after I saw like how much it cost for college over here. I started looking like, of course, I went and spoke to a lot of people that been living here for a while to see what kind of advice they can give me and the experience they've been through and all that. And all of them, they told me the same, like pick a trade, pick a skill, go to a school, learn, and like that's the future right now because we like there's a lot of shortage on that, right? So I went and did my research, went to schools, started checking out programs, and to be honest with you, I looked into plumbing, looked into electrician, looked into HVAC, and HVAC happened to have like the shortest period of time, and that's what I chose. That was the cause of me choosing HVAC, not because like I like it when I first started. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm being honest with you. It was a 6 months program full time. So
So that was like an apprentice type of deal, or
it was like a 6 months course that you
okay,
take.
so you took like a 6 month course somewhere.
Yeah,
Did
exactly.
you learn a lot there?
No, I was thinking about bringing that up with you today. Honestly, I didn't learn a lot. Like you learn the basics
Well,
and the
like
old school way.
everybody's experience is different with school, so that's why I like to know, like, was it helpful? Did it, or how much did you learn there?
Look,
Experience is always the best way, but like some people
hands
like
on,
to go the school route.
hands on. I went to school just to add it to the resumes for something like to start up with, right? But like after I entered the social media world and I started like seeing you posting and other people and all that, like I found out, okay, there is another route that you can learn from. Sorry. Uh, One is of course get your EPA 100%. You can do that online on the ESCO Institute when you reserve a date
Oh yeah,
for your
there's a
exam.
few ways to do it online now. Yeah.
Yeah, they give you a book. You can learn the laws, and two, buy the book for his name is AC Service Tech LLC, Craig Migliaccio.
Oh yeah, he has
This
everything.
this book, as a technician, if you're starting off in the field, if you get that book and study it, not only read it, study it, you're not gonna need to go to school, because what you see in the field is completely different. All the hands-on, because school is not gonna teach you about advanced tools, not gonna teach you like all those tricks that you go through. You need to go through like hard times in the field in order to learn, right?
Oh yeah, that's the way I learned. I mean, I went to school, just to get my basics and to kind of know what I was doing out there because I didn't really have like my dad doesn't do what I do, so I didn't have that yeah, I couldn't learn from him.
Mm-hmm.
I got my work ethic and how to use tools and like different like other things from him, but he wasn't going to help me do refrigeration or anything that I do because he doesn't know that.
Yeah, he does
So
hot side.
yeah, so when I went to school, I wanted to learn as much as I could. Obviously from the books. I mean, they had us do a lot of hands-on stuff, so they would let us like pump down systems and kind of add charge to systems and how to vacuum
Recovery.
yeah, vacuum recover, all the basics that you need to know to get out there, but like how to solve a problem, how to fix something, you learn that in the field, and a lot of the stuff in the field is not even, you know, it's not all by the book. You have to kind of be creative sometimes, and
Exactly.
or
Exactly.
you have those long days where you just, you don't know what it is, and you're just going, step by
Through
step
that thing.
or
Exactly.
through each thing and trying to figure it out. I mean, that's how you learn the most.
Exactly. And I find social media it's beneficial right now. Like a lot of people that has been in the trade for years, like you, Kurtz, Jake, Jeff, and all those people around, like sharing hacks and stuff and tips, like use this, use that, do this, do that.
Or even like
Recommend.
how to do stuff, because like when I started, I wasn't, like I said, I didn't learn from anybody, and anybody around here that I ever rode with or worked with that actually did refrigeration, they weren't purging with nitrogen. They weren't like doing their vacuums all the time or anything like that. So like I knew better because I went to school. I mean, that was a benefit I had. I was like, I know you're supposed to vacuum to 500 microns and all this. I know you're supposed to recover. I have all the, like when I got out of school, I went and bought everything that I needed, right? Like I knew that part, but there was still things I didn't know because I didn't get to learn that from somebody. If you go on social media now, you can learn a lot. Just like you mentioned, Craig, AC
Yeah,
Service Tech, he'll tell you how to do like everything. He has a how-to video on everything. You
yeah,
go on social media, you see Ty Brenneman, you see all these other YouTubers and stuff. That they actually are in the field and they're going to tell you like how it is basically.
exactly, exactly. But Craig has awesome videos that helped me a lot. I'm not gonna lie, helped me a lot.
Yeah, it's a resource now that you can take advantage of because when I started, again, I feel like I'm old over here because I started 17 years ago,
Nah.
and it's like there was barely a Google. There was barely anything that I could find. Like there was some manuals I could look up online, not that many. So like I struggled a lot in the field, right? I always try to learn after work. I always try to look up mostly manuals. I mean, there wasn't anybody on YouTube or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there was an Instagram back then, honestly. So I try to look up what I could and learn on my own time.
Uh huh.
But there is like no excuse right now, like not to get better or learn something.
Exactly. And one of the things, like the podcasts, for example, like when you guys talk about what you go through when you start asking each other, like, hey, how was your week and this and that, and you
When we
start
have our therapy sessions, yeah.
exactly, like when you start narrating what you did and this and that, like this is also beneficial too.
Yeah, we so that's kind of why I did that other show, because like here I used to take questions, but now like I just want to get to know everybody, right? So like getting to sit down, this is the only way I get to know people
Yeah,
that are across the country and the world, right? Like is we sit
exactly.
down for an hour and we get to talk, but I don't get to talk about like the work that I do. And I can only post so much on YouTube and all that. So I was like, you know what, me and Jake started talking, and then we got Curtis in there, and it's like we just go out there and we vent, talk about all the crap that we see during the week, and it's
Yeah,
been cool.
I agree. I spent like a whole 2 weeks trying to catch up with your episodes, guys, on Spotify. Like I used to put them between calls,
Yeah.
and yeah, the trick that Kurt's shared, I used it actually in the field and it worked one time. Put that thermo gel on the compressor when it's overheating, and it
I
worked.
didn't even know that. He told me, and I was like, explain that to me again, because I
Yeah,
need to know that for next time. And sure enough, a couple weeks later, I had an ice machine that kept the compressor would just shot. Like
yeah,
it would run, but it would immediately just overheat and turn off.
uh-huh.
So I needed to verify, because I'm real like if it's a compressor or a TXV or something like that that like hardly ever fails, if I'm gonna condemn it, I need to know for sure. And it was a newer unit, like it was like a year old or something, right? I believe it was a Samsung compressor, so it was like one of these new ice machines.
Uh-huh.
Had like 410A in it too. So I was like, I need to run this a few times just so I know I'm not missing something, right? I'm checking amperage, I'm checking, making sure my TXV is feeding. Like I'm making sure all my valves are working, everything else is working. And I was like, I'm gonna try Curtis's trick here. So I didn't have cold gel, but I had the refrigeration technology one.
Yeah,
It's basically their heat absorption gel.
yeah,
Sprayed it on the compressor that was overheating, and they take forever to cool down.
yeah,
And this was in the lobby, so I couldn't pour water on it, right? I'm not gonna make a mess where I'm at.
exactly.
It's in a dining room. So sure enough, it worked out fine. And I know I don't know if you mentioned it somewhere or told us, but like I had several people that were like, I used Kurt's trick and it worked great. I was like, me too.
Yeah, yeah. No, it completely works.
Yeah, he told me. I was like, no way. I was like, let me try this out. And sure enough,
Yeah, when I
yeah,
started off,
because there's different ways to do it. I have the cool presser, but if you're not outside, it's not gonna work well.
I have it too. It's cool when you're outside, yeah. But if you do commercial like you, it's you gotta be
So
like be
where did you
careful.
use the cool gel trick then?
The cool jet, I used it outside too, just out of curiosity.
And it worked for you?
Yeah, just I wanted to mess with it.
Yeah. Well, he does residential. He does it all the time. He says.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, let me try it out. Well, that's the thing too with the cold presser is he's like, I'm not gonna use that damn thing out there because I'm gonna be working in a whole swamp or like a pile of mud. Like there's no sense in that. So I was like, yeah, it's a good option to have. I also want to thank DIVERSITECH. They simplify your work. They have everything a contractor needs to complete a job. That goes from equipment mounting, condensate, management, tools, maintenance chemicals, electrical components, indoor air quality, and much more. If I go look at my van, like half of the stuff, including parts, is from a DIVERSITECH branch. They have different branches under the same umbrella. More than likely, you're already using some of their products or tools. So go check out DIVERSITECH.com, and it's your one-stop shop for everything HVAC. If you haven't seen it yet, NAVIEN has entered the HVAC space in a big way with the new NPF hydro furnace. This hydronic forced air furnace delivers industry-leading variable capacity operation from 15 to 100% in both natural and propane configurations. You can learn more at NAVIENinc.com. So what kind of work do you primarily do at your job? Is it residential or do you do both?
We do both, but not commercial as the level that you guys do. Like the biggest equipment I've worked on was 12.5 ton. That's
Okay. Well, that's kind of in line with me. I try not to go over.
yeah.
Even my license, like when I got my license, I got the B license because that covers 25 tons and under.
Hmm.
I was like, I'm not gonna do supermarket. I don't want to do anything crazy.
Yeah.
I want to stick to the kitchen refrigeration, so that's what I got.
Yeah. But more like my experience that year is when I started learning the commercial side. Because my experience was based on residential. When I first started up, I started up as an installer. I did
Oh, you
installs.
started install.
Yeah, I started as an installer for like a year, but I didn't like the install so much. Uh, the company that I worked for wasn't like the best, but like basically it was to put a foot in the door, right? Uh,
Yeah.
and I remember that the day that I started, I had in my head like, oh, I'm gonna be working on mini splits, like that's like the Middle East and that. I didn't know like,
Oh.
yeah, like it's gonna be like all central air and all that, and the industry is like that huge, right?
Hmm.
Uh, my first day was like mid-June, and was like in the 90s, and it was a full cut-in job, like everything brand new.
Oh.
That was like my first day, and
Oh wow.
the team lead of the install crew called out. So they just threw me in with two helpers, and I went up in the attic, and I realized, oh shit, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing over here? And as like the day passing through and all that, I started like looking, okay, so this is the furnace, this is ductwork, this is this, that. I got overwhelmed, you know. But
Oh
then
yeah.
like all day in my head, I was like, boy, I fucked up.
Well,
I
I actually just asked Curtis about that because I don't have to deal with that, and I choose not to. Right? I don't do residential on purpose.
Yeah.
But I asked him. I was like, how do you deal with it? Because in the summer, because I know he's like right now he's not having the temperature I'm having, but I know he gets pretty hot in Georgia still. I was like, how do you deal with it? Because you're in the attic. It's like over 140 degrees most of the time in the attic,
Yeah.
and it's just constant breaks. That's the only thing is you got to remember to take those breaks because like in an attic, I'm
Exactly.
okay being on the roof all day if I have a hat and I'm covered and all that. I started peeling the other day because I got like sunburn because I took one trip up there and I forgot my hat and I got all burnt. But um, attics are very different. You got to be careful. You got to watch out.
Mhm.
And I told him and Jake like I salute you guys because I don't like doing that stuff.
Exactly. It's hard, but I think as a technician, now Chris and Jake, they both like do like install and technicians because like they're running their own thing, right?
Yeah, which is impressive too. Some people just
Exactly.
do one.
Exactly. But as a technician, that when you work for someone, you're not spending like most of the day in the attic.
Did they have like did they have you doing a certain part of it or did you have to stay there and do most of it?
When I first started an install, all
Yeah.
I did was ductwork. Like
Oh, okay.
I was thrown to ductwork. At the end, like the installers over there, they created a nickname to me. They started calling me Duct Master. Yeah, it was like I reached a point during install, like okay, like I'm not picking up anything other than ductwork. Like these guys are either taking advantage of me or like they
Like
don't want to teach me.
they're giving you the work that they don't want.
Yeah, because I started like humping over like, okay, I want to learn the condenser, guys. Like someone teach me how to do the condenser.
Oh, okay.
I started talking to them that way, and oh, it's too early for you. You want this, you want that. Like some old school guys try to let you down and tell you it's too early. Do this, do that.
So they weren't letting you wire, braze, or anything else?
Exactly, exactly. Then I tried asking them about, okay, the furnace. Let me learn the furnace, and they didn't want me to do that. I switched to service. I got an offer from a company that was installing the system at my father-in-law's house.
Oh, okay.
The company owner was doing a job walk in the house, and I went to him directly. I was like working and everything. Like I told him, hey, I have this, and that experience, and I'm looking to switch to service. Like, will you hire me? Because it's very hard when you're fresh out of school
Yeah.
to find a job because everyone is looking for someone with like 5+ years with
Yeah,
experience.
I hear that a lot, that it's
Yeah,
always difficult.
yeah, and that guy like was like really understanding, and he did like that. I walked up to him and told him like I need a job,
Yeah.
and he gave me his email and told me to send me a resume. When he told me that, I was in my head, oh, this guy's not gonna like, give me a chance. But he
Yeah.
did actually call me and all that, and I went. He interviewed me. I worked for him for a while, but sadly, the job was like too far from my
Um,
house. Yeah, so like I had to drive every day, like an hour and a half going there, an hour and a half going back
yeah,
every
that's a
day.
lot.
Yeah, that's a lot, like 3 hours out of your day. And but I had to do it just to learn because he gave me so much
Oh, so
experience.
you did work there and you did take it.
I did take it, of course.
See that's the thing, like, I mean, like you said, he liked that you showed initiative, walked up to him. That's all great, and you were showing that even at your previous company. Obviously, they didn't. I don't know if it was like they didn't want you to take their job or whatever it was, because like you were actually interested in learning other things and like asking questions. Like that's a good thing,
Yeah,
but you're taking this job that is not in your favor as far as like time driving all this stuff. I always tell people like there are sacrifices that you take sometimes when you start so that later on
definitely,
you can kind of like reap those benefits. So
definitely.
your kind of deal there was like, the route to get to work, but you wanted to have a better company.
Exactly. Like I wanted to do like okay, whatever it takes. I want to like it's not going to be easy. Like nothing is going to come easy. Like I chose a career, I need to build it, right? So I worked for a while until like I got an offer to the company that I work for right now, which is 8 minutes away from me, and they give you the truck home, which is a great offer that you can't turn down,
Yeah, that's awesome.
right? Yeah. And this company has been great with me. Like they don't have the sales mindset. Uh, I'm learning a lot, and they trust me a lot in the field. I don't ride with anybody. I ride alone. I go on service calls alone. I do the repairs alone. Like sometimes if something is new and I'm like not confident about it, like one time they had me scheduled for an evaporator coil alone, and I told them like, hey, like I'm gonna be alone and this and that. The my company owner happened to be like he used to be the service manager of the company, but he bought it off later on,
Okay.
bought the company. So he understands when you're like picking up skills, right? Because he's been through this and he's been doing this forever, dude. He told me, okay, go do it. Take as much time as you want. I know that you can do it. I know the skill is there. I know you can braze. I know you can do this and that. I told him, all right, you told me I have all day. I went and I did it and it worked.
Yeah.
That's when
I,
I mentioned on your live video one time about the filter dryer inside the condenser
oh yeah,
because
I hate
yeah,
that.
because I struggled with it, dude. I struggled with it, dude. When I said like, "What do you think about it?" Like, why? Why do you do? Why do they do that? Like,
I guess they put it in so that they know it's in there, but like it just ruins it for the guys in the field because then you can't put it where you want it to without recovering and taking out the refrigerant and all that. And like I
exactly.
said, like I mentioned on one of those shows, when I moved in here, somebody was already replacing the evaporator coil.
Yeah.
And they put a dryer up there in the attic with the unit with the furnace, which is fine. But they obviously, I'm assuming they pumped it down and just left the old dryer in there because it's just a hassle. I don't understand it either.
Yeah. That's when I watched the video the next day for Kurt's replacing an evaporator coil. Was like an hour long. I watched the whole thing and I saw that he had the same situation as me. And what he did repipe the whole thing. I said, you know what? I'm gonna make my life easier and the other person's life easier and start doing that.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. It's gonna take a little bit longer to like do the piping and the bends and all that, but later on, if I'm still servicing that equipment, I'm gonna like
Oh yeah.
be like, yeah, that's not gonna take me much of a time.
Yeah, like my brother works with me, right? So I try to take all the harder calls. Like he does a lot of our maintenance and like certain locations he'll take care of. So, but like he'll ask me like a ton of questions, which is fine. Sometimes I'm frustrated, but I'll get to the question eventually. Um, we don't do a lot of split systems. We're doing one the other day for this small sandwich shop, right? They don't have any RTUs. They just have like two split systems in the back and the closet, which that one sucked because we had to remove the doors because they built a walk-in box like right in front of it. And then he was just asking me about the dryer. He's like, "Why did you put it inside?" Right? And I was like, it took me a while, right? I was doing my bends, I was running my lines. Like I could have left it because it's in the closet. I could have just left it all like how it was, like all crappy. Because even the outside line set, the section line had a bunch of elbows and couplings and like it went up and down and over and I don't know what. Like they just kind of fit it all together. I was like, no, I'm gonna cut all that out, repipe it, and then inside put my filter dryer where I can access it, you know,
Exactly.
easy and replace it. I was like, just do it, just do it this one time, and you won't have to worry about it next time, right?
See, now you think like that because you're like I don't want to say because you're a technician. Like I know some installers do care about technicians, but I've seen some jobs that are installed and they don't even care who's gonna service it after.
No,
Yeah, they don't.
I've run into so many that like that one is one case where they built a walk-in box right in front of the closet that the ACs are in. I was like, that's really stupid, but whatever. We've had a bunch of even stuff on the roof where they put something next to RTU and I can't even open the damn door to access the compressors. Like I don't understand that. Like I've run into so many things where they are putting a unit in and it just seems like, it fits. That's it. Let's get out of here. We'll never have to worry about it again. And
Exactly.
then here I come to work on it and I'm like, I can't even get to it and it's going to cost the customer an arm and a leg for me to figure out a way to, get into it and fix it. So, yeah,
Yeah, and
I've
all that
run
stuff like
into it plenty of times.
it pushes you back. All that stuff.
And it's funny. There's so many things that you see in the trade. Like I have that one customer that has an RTU that's installed backwards, right? So all the air is coming out through the uh,
Return.
return grill. They don't want us to reinstall it. I was like, we can get a crane out here. We can flip it around, get the right curve and everything. But no, that's the way the previous company installed it, and they have to live with it.
Do they still call you for like, oh, it's not cooling or anything?
We just got that call because summer just started, right? We had a couple of heat waves,
Yeah.
and I saw the call come in because we get from them we get emails and get dispatched. And sure enough, that location called in, and then basically one of our guys went out there and just told them the same thing again. Like there was nothing we could do. It's it sucks because it's the dining room, so it's the customers that are complaining, right? It's
Yeah.
they sit down and eat, and all the vents are just return vents now, and the uh the return grill that the air is coming through is hitting like one little table. So that table is
Freeze.
freezing, and that's it. But yeah, we get that call every year, and it's like, well, remember we told you about that unit? We gotta reinstall it, basically. So
That's
you prefer service work then?
yeah. Yeah. Now what I'm doing with, I'm happy, and I'm really happy that I chose that trade because our trade is like a little bit of everything. I enjoy it more because it's not like a one-stop thing. Like, I hate it when I have to like spend hours at one place. I hate it.
Oh, so you like moving around?
Exactly. Like
Okay,
if I'm at a service call and over there for over an hour, I start getting anxious.
I'm the
Like,
same way.
yeah, like I start, okay, there's something going on. It's me. Like, there's something that I'm doing wrong, you know?
Oh, I had that. We're Saturday, right? I had that yesterday where I had an RTU, and all it was is a return duct. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. When you were doing your installs and the duct work, do you guys have metal duct or duct
No
board?
flex, all flex.
All flex. But do
Yeah.
you have the metal duct as far as your branch and all that, or your plenum and all that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Is it
Plenum.
metal?
Yeah, metal.
Okay. All I see here is a duct board and then the flex.
Yeah.
So the flex, I mean the duct board, if it gets wet, they have an overflow or whatever it is, it gets real damp, it gets saturated,
Yeah.
and then it's all wobbly and it just falls apart. Like there's nothing you can do. So I had one that I don't even know where the piece went. I was in the drop ceiling, right? I moved tiles over and I'm like, I don't know where the piece went, but it's missing the bottom to the return, right?
Yeah.
That whole piece. So I went and got duct board. I was gonna go put it in. I think I had my camera recordings. I have to look at it later. Maybe I can post it, but basically cut out what I needed, redid the return box and everything, the return duct, and that's all it needed. Like it was cooling fine, everything was working fine. It's just that I could tell was too like it wasn't cooling enough. And then sure enough, when I looked, the return was just sucking up attic air.
Mhm.
So I fixed that. It went smooth, and I was like, this went way too smooth, right? Like I hate that. I hate when something is too easy.
Yeah.
So and then they offered me food there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to pack up. Go ahead, I'll take a. It was a pizza place. I was like, I'll take a pizza for my kids, and I'll be on my way home. And it was like 5 o'clock. I think I finished just at 5. I go up there, and the stupid TXV started icing up, and the compressor started icing up. I'm like, what the hell's going on now? So I had to start checking it further, and like I got frustrated and I got anxious. I'm like, why is it doing this? Like it's just you get that feeling sometimes. Like I understand that, like, and you run into that. That's experience. That's real world HVAC. Is like you start questioning yourself. You start um, running into issues and stuff like that. But that stupid power head on the TXV was acting up. I had to remove it and kind of warm it up and get that open again. But
Yeah.
that just reminded me about the long day. I was telling the guys from nights, I was like, dude, I was supposed to get out on time, and I got out like at 7 o'clock at night. Like it was a mess.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Like, it happened with me uh last month. I was replacing a blower motor. It was an ECM. So when I did troubleshoot it, it was a faulty motor, right? So I put the new motor in, and what do you expect? You expect it to start running.
Yeah.
So, okay, and it was a super tight, like it was on a package unit, and like it was so close to the corner, and there's like a wall over there. Like it was a super tight situation. I jumped R2G to test. Okay, is it gonna run now? That thing is not running. I was like, dude, like the motor was like so easy to take out. It took me like the whole thing, taking out the old motor, putting in the new one, wire everything back up, like everything an hour.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, I started looking after problems. Like, why is it not working? I have voltage here, voltage there. It took me like 2 hours to find out that piece of the wire was the hot wire. No, not the hot, was the neutral. The neutral wire inside the harness was burnt. Inside the harness, there's no way you can see it.
Yeah, I've had that. Like I start when I have an issue like that, I start questioning my lines because or my wires because
Yeah.
I've had so many broken wires that just randomly happen after you like put everything back together. But yeah, that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah, like when I found out, I tested continuity between the, okay, I'm gonna test hot and neutral on both ends and see if like I have a complete circuit or not. And I didn't. I said, okay, nothing looks burnt over here. Like the wires look fine. So I took out the wires from the harness and found one of them is burnt, and I had to come back because I didn't have a harness on me, and I didn't pick up a harness anyways the next day. I ordered a tool from Amazon that takes out those pins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had to take it out, cut it, strip it, crimp it, put it back in, and it worked.
No, it's nice. I don't have a tool like that. I never thought about that. I don't deal with a lot of harnesses.
No,
Honestly,
but
it's a lot.
yeah, it's when I found out about that tool, it's really really nice. It's so cheap. I bought the whole thing for like $10 over Amazon. People use it
I'll,
for people use it for motorcycles, but it worked on taking out the pin.
I'll have to look into that because but I think they already trashed the unit. I had a reach-in freezer that burnt a lot of the Molex connectors and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was one pin that was really bad, and I was trying to hardwire it because
Mhm.
I couldn't get it off or redo it or anything. But yeah, I don't deal with a lot of it, but I'm seeing more of it now with all the electronic equipment that we're getting now. All the walk-in coolers and freezers are starting to be like that too.
All those boards.
All the boards that we have to tell the customer that they have to wait when they give out. can't just can't just bypass anything anymore.
Exactly. Exactly.
So also like when you moved over here to the States, well, you moved to California directly from Lebanon then?
Yeah.
Did you have family that came over or why did you come over?
No, I came here obviously for like a better future, better opportunities, and like my family, all of them are still over there.
Oh, you came
Uh,
by yourself?
yeah, I came solo, so I'm
Was
planning on
that Oh, go ahead.
I'm planning on visiting them that year because it's been a while. It's been 4 years.
Oh yeah, you said you've been here 4 years. Was that transition hard for you? Did you know English when you got it here?
Now, yeah, I did know English because in Lebanon, schools usually teach you all the programs like science, math, and all that in English, and we do study English every day for like 2 hours. We have a class, so I knew English, but not like for the level where I can communicate with people comfortably.
Or the way that people talk here and stuff. It's
Exactly,
I know
exactly.
it's different.
Yeah, exactly. And the first year, it took me a while like to catch up on people because like, okay, people are here talking fast. Like they gotta slow down a little bit, or I gotta pick up. But it helped me to learn English faster and get like communicate better when I worked in a tobacco shop because I
Oh,
used to
really?
yeah, because I used to see a lot of people during the day. So they come and start chatting with me, and I was like, hey, like I got a lot of connections because of that place, and
Hmm.
a lot of friends and this and that. But yeah, it helped me a lot.
So like once you started doing well, I know you started install, but when like maybe more when you got into service, were you able to I don't know, did you have to work on your communication skills, customer service type of stuff?
No, when I started doing HVAC, I was pretty good.
You're
I
okay
was,
with talking to the customers and all that?
yeah, I was pretty good. I was like pretty confident. Like I can say this this year I started like getting really comfortable because okay, now when I talk to the customer, I don't sound like I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Like as
So
far as like the HVAC side?
exactly, exactly, because when you're talking with a client and you don't know what you're doing, like you're gonna have that feeling inside you if English is not your first language, and you're gonna start talking slow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I just walk in. If I'm confident that this is the problem, I always have proof on my phone. I take videos, pictures, explain to the client what I did, this, that, and that's what you need to do.
That's the easiest way to also put the customer at ease, and then like, and I agree, it's a lot about confidence, because like when I started, I mean, I had the confidence on my HVAC skills because I went, like, the school I went to was really good. I will give them that. Like I learned a lot at
Hmm.
mine. So I could talk the customer's ear off if I needed to. Like this is
Yeah,
what I found. If you want to know how it works, I'll explain all that too. And I'll go into detail. I kind of had to dial it back a little bit because some of them are just looking at me like, whatever you say, like, just, is it working or not? So customer service is a big deal. Like I've tried to work on that every year. And yeah, as long as you explain everything, that's why I always tell people, like, I know I used to, I think there's more people on social media now doing it, but when I started, everybody's like, "Why are you taking pictures, or why are you doing this?" Like, actually, like, it helps you in your business too. Like, if you show the customer
exactly.
what you're doing, or if you do before and after photos, all that stuff helps too.
They like when like when you show them evidence. That's when they okay, we trust that guy. This guy is not trying to like
Scam us.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's the truth. Like I
I know.
take
I hate how much it gets brought up, but it's because it happens a lot, right? Especially in residential, because they'll take advantage. And I think I mentioned it on the last show, as the one that we took over was a mom and daughter
hmm
running a sandwich shop, and the guy was price gouging them because it's a mom and daughter. What are they going to know, right?
yeah.
So he took advantage of them, and then they ended up calling us, and we've been out there taking care of them now.
hmm
I hate it, but I know it does happen. So you can, I always do the same thing, and I used to even go as far as like, hey, you want to well, this is before like smartphones. I was like, hey, you want to come up and look at the unit with me? I'll take you to the roof. And a lot of the times, those managers are out of shape, like for restaurants, and they're like, no,
yeah.
I'm good, don't worry about it. But
Yeah.
I didn't care, because I was like, I know what I found. I'll show it to you, right? Like,
ex-
I want to make sure that they know uh what's going on, and they know what we're gonna do and all that. So I'll take pictures. I'll do all that too. Yeah, when I brought up customer service, I feel like Adam's that one video that went crazy for him, the one with the man that kept following him around. He
Yeah.
was going to
Yeah.
change out a blower or something. I
Yeah.
feel like that should be the video for customer service. Like, I would have lost my cool on that one.
Yeah. Uh, customers, there's some type of people that they like to ask questions, but sometimes it gets like sometimes it's too much.
I don't mind, and I've talked to others. Like, I don't mind if they ask me what I'm doing, or hit things here and there. But if they're gonna be like critiquing you, and kind of over your shoulder, and like
Yeah.
making remarks that are not like kind of like rude, being rude and stuff, like
Yeah.
that's what bothers me. So props to Adam for that, because I would have snapped at that old dude like way before.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Have you dealt with like any, I don't know, difficult customers doing residential?
Uh, yeah, but like I can control my anger. Like when it comes to that, I try to be nice, but not in a nice like let them take control over me. Like I try to be uh when I'm explaining it to them, I try to explain it to them that I'm just here to do my job. I'm not here to rip you off, because 99% of the clients over here, when you go to service their equipment, the first thing that's they're gonna think of, oh, he's here to rip us off.
Yeah,
So
like sell me. They're gonna sell me a new unit
yeah.
when I don't
Now
need one.
the good thing is, I take advantage of that too. That in my company, a technician is not allowed to sell equipment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I tell them, and I don't get paid commission, as like I'm not a commission-based technician. So I tell them, I'm not here to sell you a new unit. Your unit is R22. Okay, you want to fix the leak? We're not gonna charge it with R22. We
I was
can
gonna say that's
fix.
gonna be a pricey,
Yeah, we
refill there.
we do give the option to recover the refrigerant. If the leak is fixable, fix it and charge with 422B. If you want me to do
Yeah,
that,
it's way cheaper than
yeah,
R22.
yeah. So I tell them, I'm not gonna give you any prices if that's what you're worried about. The office is gonna follow up with you in regards to that. I I wrap up and head to my next call. So I don't have to worry about estimates or dealing with clients, pricing, negotiating this and that. I don't
Yeah.
have to worry about that.
No, that's good, man. I've never liked selling, but I've been more open. In the beginning, I wanted to fix everything, and that kind of sometimes that would screw me over because the equipment was just shot.
Yeah.
So then I had to balance it and be like, okay, like it's like you can tell when you look at it, like you might need a new unit, right? So you got to give them options. I know you're basically just starting it. I feel like you're off to a good start. Obviously, you really want to do this, but is there anything that you struggle with, or you feel like is weakness, or anything that you want to work on?
Uh,
For me, it's electrical. I rely on my dad a little bit too much on the electrical because he used to be an electrician.
my weakness right now is evacuation.
What kind of setup you got?
The two megaflow hoses, the 3/8
Three
and
eighths, yeah.
yeah, and the field piece micro engage, two Appions, and the Y fitting from Appion that I can hook up to my JB vacuum pump.
You got a JB. How many CFMs?
It's 7 CFM.
Okay, yeah. I got some for my guys, and there were 7 CFMs, but they were the NAVAC ones, and they were pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's always when I'm like doing like, okay, I'm doing the job. I replaced the king valve the other day. King valves on a carrier unit. The job was going like super great, super great. Brazing came out like super clean.
Yeah,
I had no leaks, nothing. Started preparing for the vacuum and everything. Okay, it's going down. Went down below 1,000. Getting stuck at 800. I started questioning myself. What is going on?
oh
Isolate
yeah.
the isolate the system. This thing is going up. Okay, I don't have a leak. I did put pressure and it did hold, and I just brazed over here. Uh, Started checking my hose, everything. Took out the whole thing just to like start everything all over again. Found out that the O-ring on the Appion was broken.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to check your hoses and gaskets on everything.
Yeah, but not only that, now it turned like the story, like the reason why I was struggling is gonna like, it's silly. You're gonna laugh when I tell you about it. It's a silly mistake. I should have been like, I should have paid attention to it. But anyways, that's when you learn, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I put a new O-ring. Everything is going good. Still stuck at 800. That's when like, okay, I've been here for like 5 hours now. I'm gonna call my boss. I'm gonna tell him this and that is happening. Luckily, he
Mhm.
was close by. He came over. He told me, "What is going on? You're struggling with this." I told him, "Well, the job is done. I'm only struggling with evacuation." He told me, "No, that's part of the repair. You're not done." I told him, "Yeah, okay. I need your help over here." So he started checking the hose and everything, and it turned out to be the cap on top of the vacuum was loose. That's why the system.
I was gonna say that's happened to me before, dude.
Dude, what?
I double check and triple check all the little caps to everything because I have the field piece one too, right?
Yeah.
So you have the actually that's where it happened. I have the field piece, the newer vacuum pump. I forget if I think it's like an 8 CFM,
Uh-huh.
and it has the 4 ports right for you to hook up to.
Uh-huh.
I pulled a vacuum one time and I had the same exact issue. It was like I don't know 1,000 or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, what the hell was going on? Then I finally went and I was like, let me check the caps, and like 1 or 2 of them were like loose. I was so pissed because
Yeah,
like it made my job so much longer just trying to figure that out.
exactly. Like as soon as he tightened it, like microns dropped like pretty quick. Like my system was like deeply vacuumed.
And that's how you learn. I mean, like I said, it happened to me once, and now I double check, triple check, all the caps on everything, like on the pump or on my core removal tools. Like I'll double check everything. Like you'll never forget that feeling or that story, or you're gonna know for next time, right? Like
Exactly.
all the mistakes that you make is what's always gonna stay in your mind. Because I have so many that like when I started like burning up boards, burning wires, burning a hole through copper. Like I've done all of that, and then like you just don't do it the next time. That's the easiest
Yeah.
way to learn, and that's the best way to learn.
Yeah. We had the training today at the shop at my company for evacuation because of what happened to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my boss told me, let's like if you're free on a Saturday while you're on call, come to the shop and we can like go through it together. And I went today in the morning and did that. I told him like you're giving me knowledge, dude. Like I don't have a problem to come and spend like a couple hours over here. Like
I think that's a common theme too with because somebody told that to me because I mentioned that I used to always learn after work, but that's a common theme with anybody is like you can tell like I even like going through your Instagram and stuff before the show like it looked like you know you take pride in your work and you do all the things that you need to do because even with that story of your vacuum pump whatever was loose on it right most guys would have just called it a day and just been like I'm gonna charge it up and get out of here right
yeah,
but you wanted to know what it was and you wanted to get that situation fixed and then you want to learn after work or you want to learn on your own time. That's a common theme with a lot of the good technicians that I've talked to. And that's the way to do it because you know you're not going to learn everything. You can't just focus. And I understand like family time. I'm not talking about family time or anything like that. Like you need that. You need hobbies. You need your own time. You need to get
sure.
off of work and get your mind off of work. But every now and then, like invest in yourself because
Oh yeah,
um, 8 hours a day or whatever it is that you're doing, especially when you start, it's not enough to take all the information in.
of
You need
course,
to
of
do some
course,
after work.
of course, of course. Yeah, no. Uh, I do that because I hate callbacks.
It makes you feel like the worst technician ever. Yeah.
Exactly. Like it makes like everyone is gonna start to look at you like, oh, you have callbacks. I went and fixed this after you and this and that. I don't like that. Like,
That's what will make me snap, or it used to. I try to control it now, but like when I would go back to a job site and they were like, "You were just here,"
mm-hmm,
it's the same thing again. And then I look at it, and then like it's something completely different, right? It's like a leak
exactly.
or something else that I didn't touch. I'm like, no, it's not a callback. Like, don't start spreading that, and getting a bad name for me.
Exactly.
Callbacks, I hate callbacks.
Yeah, there's no escape from them. Like they're there. No one
No,
is
you
perfect.
get them, and you're gonna get
Yeah.
them over your career. And sometimes, yeah, you screwed up. Learn from it and own up to it. You can use whatever you want to. Like I personally, and people think that I like. Yes, every now and then I get stuff. I have sponsors.
Yeah.
It's turned into what it is. But a lot of the times, I buy the stuff. Like Field Piece, I've been buying it for 17 years. Whatever they make,
Yeah.
my recovery, my vacuum, all that. Like a lot of that stuff I bought. something like the Ambro controls, which is like a mini torch set.
Makes your life so easy.
Yeah, and then like NAVIEN. I've never gotten anything from NAVIEN, but I have several of their pumps. I gave our guys the big 7 CFM one they have. Like we bought all that stuff.
Yeah.
If it makes my job easier and it helps me, because I feel like you feel like crap at the end of the day, lugging around so much heavy equipment, especially on the rooftop or like in a weird, even in
Or
residential, because you got to get into attics and stuff like that. Like
exactly.
you feel like crap at the end of the day, lugging around a torch set, a heavy pump, trying to run a extension cord, because I have a NAVIEN battery powered vacuum pump now. Like all this stuff is stuff that I bought because it makes my job easier, and at the end of
Exactly.
the day, I feel better. So you bought your own for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. I like to buy my own tools and use my own tools. So like, if something breaks, like
Yeah.
I don't like to go through all that. Like, oh, you
Well,
broke this and that, and
yeah, there's different ways to go around it, because like if you rely on the company to buy everything, if you can talk them into, and I tell people, like, just tell your boss, like, if they really care about, the way that you're working and all that, they'll help you out. But if not, like, if they don't care, they're just gonna give you like the old beat up vacuum pump that's been there for like 15 years,
yeah. No, and now he does provide us with like vacuum gauge and all that stuff, but I
Okay.
still use my own.
Yeah, some people like to have their own also, just because they can say it's theirs and they don't have to worry about like turning it in or anything.
Exactly, because I like to have like the setup, like to set up everything in the bags and all that. Like, okay, this bag is for maintenance, this bag is for repairs, troubleshooting, and all that.
Oh
Because
yeah,
of
I've loved
because of
doing that.
you, because of you, I wanted to do a video, but I'm still waiting for it to arrive. I wanted to do a video and like a funny video, and at first to like scream, Adrian Garcia, you made me do this.
I feel like
I
I feel like that with Brian right now. Brian, I don't know if you've seen Brian Sanders. He's been posting a couple of veto bags, and he's like, "I got this from Adrian." I'm like, "Don't blame me." I was like, "I didn't make you buy it."
no, because the setup of the hose that you did, that's perfect. So I ordered one that you
Oh, the
did.
hose hauler.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody's looking for that one right now. It might have been sold out now.
yeah. I ordered it last month, and it still didn't arrive. I joined the like a wait list because
Oh,
the setup is perfect, dude. I own like $500-600 worth of hoses, right? And my vacuum gauge and my valve core removal tools. Why not take care of them? Like, I want them to last for years. I don't want it to break like in a couple years.
no, I learned that when I started. My dad, my dad is my boss basically, but he likes to get us, what we need. He got me the new field piece digital gauges when they first came out, or it was like, I don't know, second or third generation, and I just did not take care of them. I broke them right away. They were in my van hanging somewhere, and they fell and broke. So now I try to put them away as neatly as I can, and I have the sleeve that covers them and everything, just so I don't crack that screen. I know, like I mentioned earlier, you've been doing this 3 years. Any future goals for yourself? Do you see yourself running a business at any point?
Yeah, yeah. That's like one of the future goals, but not right now. Like, I'm not gonna be like, because here in California, you should have like 4 years of experience in order like to apply for C20 and go through the exam process and all that. But my plan is, I think if you like 4 years is not gonna be enough.
Yeah.
4 years is not going to be enough to run my own business, because it's not only the technical side, it's also just see like
No,
there's a lot of
the business
exactly
part gets you. Yeah.
exactly. So if I want to start up as a one man show, I want to make sure that the technical part, I don't have to worry about it.
All right, man. We've been on here for almost an hour and a half. It's been a really good conversation. I'm
Thank
sure
you,
we
man.
could have gone over some more things, but is there anything you want to close on? Any advice you want to give to some guys that are starting out?
uh I would say for anyone who's starting out, invest in yourself and stick to the basics.
It's always easier when you go to the basics, because I have to, when I have to help some guys, you know, that work for me or anything, and they want to jump 3 steps ahead, I'm like, let's back it up a little bit, and then it, you know, we'll figure it out that way. Because if you start jumping to, you know, a motor or this and that, sometimes it's like we mentioned earlier, a broken wire or something like that. That's going to be your issue.
Thank you for letting me come up on your show.
Yeah, man. Everybody watching and listening, I appreciate you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.